Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris, and I'm excited to share today's video with you because we're going to do a little time warp, a little vegan zombie nostalgia, if you will. So I decided to go back through the archives and find a video that I never got around to editing. I never posted it, and this was back when our channel was in the early stages. It was only a few years old. In fact, I'm not even in the video. I'm just filming it, and this was when John was part of the channel. Indy was just like a year old or so, and this was filmed December 2nd, 2012. So it's a while ago, but going through the video just now and editing it, I think it was still a fun video. I left a lot of the behind the scenes in there, and if you wait till the very end, you'll see some bloopers that I threw in there as well. Just an overall fun video, and if you guys remember the channel back at the beginning, it might give you a little bit of nostalgia. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and here you go.
Hi, check, 1, 2, clap it.
Cooking with the vegan zombie.
Well, hello boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with the Vegan Zombie. We were trying to think of a great recipe that you can use for a ton of different things. We came up with bread. So tonight's recipe is the vegan zombie pretzel bread. Now, this is a really easy recipe, so let's just dive right into it. You're gonna start with the sponge method, which means we're gonna take a cup and a half of lukewarm water. Pour it into a big giant bowl. We're gonna stir in 2 tablespoons of Florida crystals. Now that's 100% vegan sugar for those of you who don't know. So we're gonna whisk that in. Then we're gonna add 1 package of active dry yeast. Indy, get the tail and just call it a night. Now for the sponge method, we're gonna have to use half a cup of bread flour. We'll stir that into the mix. Next, we're gonna just add a half a teaspoon of salt, stir that in. You just have to take a damp paper towel or a damp cloth, cover the bowl, set it in a warm, dry place for about 20 minutes and make sure the yeast is activated. Looking thick and spongified. Ladies and gentlemen, we are spongified. That means our yeast is working. Check it out. It bubbles up a little bit, it raises a little bit. It's time to add the rest of the ingredients. To this bowl, we're gonna add a half a cup of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of agave, optional, and that's it. Then we're gonna stir it all together. This is the point of the recipe where you're gonna wanna get weird with it. Stir in some herbs and spices, I don't care, just try it out. But for safety's sake, we're gonna keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Great advice hurts my feelings every time. Now, you're probably gonna use 3 cups of bread flour, but I like to stir in a half a cup at a time until I reach the desired consistency. What's the desired consistency, you ask? I'm gonna show you. Now I'm gonna show you. Is that the rawest show you? It is actually.
Double bubble, toil and trouble.
Now, don't tell anybody this, but I've been known to use this recipe for pizza dough too. And guess what? It's delish. Once the dough starts to pull away from the bowl, you're ready to go. Stick some flour on your hands and slap someone on the back. No. Aw, dude. You can dump this right out onto a cutting board and start kneading it. Now, knead it till it gets sticky and then add a little bit more flour. Have I ever told you how to properly knead? What you're gonna wanna do is, you're gonna throw the dough on the cutting board. You're gonna take 12 o'clock and you're gonna fold it right onto 6 o'clock and press down. And then you're gonna flip it again. 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Keep doing it and doing it and doing it well. Once you're done kneading the dough, you're gonna round it out, put it back in a nice floured bowl, cover it, and let it rise up for about a half hour, 45 minutes. Now I came prepared tonight and I've already prepared a preparation of preparing. Now I came prepared tonight and I have a dough all ready. I got a greased bread pan. I used a little bit of olive oil. We're gonna press the dough in there and form it. Cover it back up for another half hour. Let it rise to the occasion. Pop it in the oven. Our dough has risen. All right, our dough has risen and it's ready to be popped right into that oven. All we gotta do is make 3 little slits on top. Now, here's my favorite part. I spray a tiny bit of olive oil, a tiny bit, and I sprinkle some coarse sea salt on top. Now this next part's gonna sound a little crazy, but it works, at least for me. So one day, I'm making some bread. I got the oven at 500 degrees for some crazy reason. Out of nowhere, a bunch of zombies come in. I throw the bread in, turn the oven off, and run out the door. I clear the house. After about 2 hours, I come back into the nice zombie-free house. The bread's ready. Only it looks like a giant pretzel. And it tastes so good. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. So we're ready to pop this in the oven at 500 degrees. We're gonna shove it in here for 10 minutes. And then turn the oven off and leave the door closed. Don't open the door or you will die. Now that will make the perfect bread for you and save energy. Or if you just don't have the time to do it our way, dial it down to 350 degrees and bake it for 40 minutes. All right, Indy. That takes care of the zombies. I can sleep well tonight. Now let's check on that bread. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Now you're gonna wanna take it out and let it cool for at least 20 minutes before you slice into it and try it. What I love about this recipe is that it's almost exactly like a pretzel bread. Time to slice it open. Boom. Now for tonight's taste test, I'm gonna cut myself a nice little slice, put some earth balance on it, and try it out. Are you guys ready for this? Now this is a perfect recipe for zombie apocalypse bread. If you can't find bread anywhere, use this recipe for sandwiches or even our French toast. It's got a little sweetness to it and it's got a nice salty bite. Sometimes Indy and I'll stuff this bread into our bags and we'll go out trekking, just like Frodo and his unleavened bread. Well, my best friends, there's another recipe in the history books of the vegan zombie. I'll see you next time, and as always, subscribe and survive. I said already ready for us. I said ready 3 times. All right, here we go. Now, I knew tonight was gonna be a big night, so I went ahead and made a dough ahead of time. ahead. He's a maniac, maniac. Dude, is it really 12:24? God.
No, it's 11:24.
Okay.
I never changed it.
I almost just flipped out for no reason. That doesn't make any sense. I want to call it pretzel bread. Yes, I know I need a sharper knife. It's a zombie apocalypse. What do you want from me? If you can't find bread anywhere, use this recipe. It's great for sandwiches. It's great for our French toast. Should I get a new piece of bread? Because it's like gone.
No, that's funny.
Okay.
Like that.
Am I supposed to be doing something, Dad?